library, always open for business, but you never show it. You're just sitting with it, but I know the score, and you're killing it.
Hi book nerds! It has been a very long time since I have done a reading vlog, so I feel like it's time to do one again. It's 5:15 on Friday, and I'm going to vlog my reading this weekend. Plan for this evening, I need to make something for dinner. Even though it's only 5:15, I didn't really eat lunch. I had a Jell-O cup and some ice cream, sort of, for lunch because I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off trying to get everything done. And now that I'm like finally home from classes and not working and everything, I'm just very stressed and hungry. So that's what I'm gonna do first. But then my reading plans for the weekend mostly revolve around A Clash of Kings by George R.R. Martin. This is the second book in the Game of Thrones series, and I plan to try to read as much of this as I can this weekend. I just started it. I'm only 70 pages in, and I'm enjoying it just as much as the first one thus far. But if I get bored of that, the other book that I might read this weekend is the illustrated edition of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. I'm just gonna let myself have fun and read this one. Let's get cooking so we can get reading. Well, now that I'm downstairs, I'm thinking that I should listen to an audiobook while I cook dinner, because that would make sense. The Tommyknockers was going to be the next thing that I listened to, because I was supposed to read it in October. It was on my TBR, but I don't really want to. It's so long. I'm just not in the mood. We have The Grown Up by Gillian Flynn, which is really short. Can I get a synopsis?
Penguin Random House Audio presents The Grown Up, a story by the author of Gone Girl.
I just want at least one moment of someone mouthing the words.
Alright, so what's happened here is that I am no longer going to make myself dinner. We're gonna go out for dinner.
I didn't know what you had your camera out for.
Yeah, so now rather than cooking in the kitchen with me, we're gonna go out and get food, and then I'll read later.
No, we're not just going to put
Paradise. Cooking in the kitchen with Emma, but now we're getting Mexican food.
Yeah, Devin sneezes when she's full, for everyone who doesn't know.
Have much better luck.
This is my favorite Spanish song. I'm full. Somebody's mouth have a lemon.
I'll have a lemon.
I'll have a lemon.
Feed me. Oh.
You talk to me.
Alright, well, it's been a minute, but I'm back. It was just the perfect thing for Friday night. It's exactly what I needed because I was so stressed. But now we're finally gonna sit down and get some reading done. Update time. It's been about an hour and 5 minutes and I have read 50 pages. This is what always happens. I read one chapter and then I just get sucked in and I keep reading, and 50 pages later I'm like, wow, I haven't moved. I need some water. I'm like really tired and I have a headache. So I can't decide if I'm going to keep reading a little more of Clash of Kings or if I'm going to read some Harry Potter, but I'm just like, it's like my eyes just feel really heavy. Anyways, I'll let you know what I decide in a minute. So I decided to read some Harry Potter. So I read one chapter of that and now I'm going to take a shower. And then I'm probably going to just brush my teeth, get all ready for bed, and then snuggle back down and read until I'm ready to fall asleep. So it's been a fine reading day, and we'll start again tomorrow morning. Good night. Little outfit of the day. got this cropped sweater from Forever 21, jeans from American Eagle, belt from Target, shoes from DSW. That's the whole thing. And now I gotta run to a screen test that I am casting. Woo! Screen test is done. Everything went well, but now I gotta pop into the grocery store to get some food because I have basically none. Now popping into Michael's because the coupons are strong today. Fully ready to decorate for Christmas now. I'm so excited to show you everything. I feel like I might spend today decorating for Christmas. I went to Michael's and Goodwill and I got some great stuff at both. So let's do Michael's first. Oh, I actually got this at Kroger. I picked up a snow blanket with glitter, which I think I'm gonna put on top of our piano. All of the Christmas decorations at Michael's were 50% off, plus there's a 20% off coupon for your entire purchase, including sale items. So all of this stuff was 70% off. First, I just got a plain little wreath, which I'm gonna decorate to put on our door. And then to go on the wreath, I found these little tiny, these types of flowers. They have a name. I just thought this little ornament was adorable and I want to put it on the Winter Wonderland snow blanket thing. I could also like hang it on a door. There's so many possibilities in this little ornament. I got a Countdown to Christmas Santa. This is a really good one too. I got a little Santa spoon thing. And then I got 3 little clear plastic ornaments. They were like 50 cents each and I'm gonna use them as part of Christmas presents. Like they'll be like a small little addition to Christmas presents. Now moving on to Goodwill purchases. I found this really cute tin and I found another tin. This one's so cute. Then I found a Christmas platter. It's just a plastic Christmas platter. Last but not least, I found this really cute tiny little Christmas bear. And look, he's in a little hat and he's got a little jacket and he's got a little shovel. It's so cute. Time to go decorate. I've been getting some work done for some projects for like the last 2.5 hours and now it's 5:30 and I'm finally gonna do my first bit of reading for today. Where has the day gone? I think I'm gonna read, same as yesterday, some Game of Thrones, maybe some Harry Potter, see where it goes. I only read one more chapter of A Clash of Kings. I'm now on page 137. I really like it. I mean, I love Arya, I love Robb, I love Jon, I love Tyrion, I love basically all of the characters that we've had chapters from so far. I've been very happy with. I think so far in this book, Tyrion's chapters are actually my favorite, but Arya's are really good too, and Jon's, I don't know. But I need to go make dinner and then head to this show. So I will see you after. Okay, I'm back really briefly because it looks like I got book mail. It's from Simon & Schuster. Don't know what this is. It might be, they did say they were gonna send me one book, but I don't know if that's this or not. It's Mage Against the Machine. I'll read the back for you. Sharp cold wind hit Nikolai in the face like a slap. He opened his eyes, struck by several realizations in quick succession. First, he wasn't dead. Second, he was in freefall, plummeting from up high over the center of a lake. Not the pristine sapphire waters of Marblewood that he'd known his entire life, but murky, almost green. Third, he realized how dramatic it sounded, even as he thought it. Everything he'd ever been told was a lie. Interesting. Okay, The PR thing says that it's like Harry Potter meets the Terminator, which sounds interesting. It's science fiction. The year is 2120. The humans are dead. The mages have retreated from the world after a madman blew up civilization with weaponized magical technology. Safe within domes that protect them from the nuclear wasteland on the other side, the mages have spent the last century putting their lives back together. Okay. I'm a little more convinced after reading. I do recall getting an email about this now. I was just struck by the cover. I was like, this does not look like something that I would enjoy. But after reading the synopsis, I'm a little more on board. So thank you so much, Simon & Schuster and Wunderkind PR. I really appreciate the book. I always really appreciate the books. I will add this to my list, and when I get to it, you all will hear about it. I'm back from the theater, and now it is 11:15. I'm just gonna get ready for bed and climb under my covers and read until I am tired enough to fall asleep. So reading a super long book, do you guys ever get like intimidated by how long it is and you just want to like read something that you can finish in the foreseeable future? Because that's kind of how I'm feeling right now, and I'm like, I don't really super have the motivation to read this. I don't know. I keep like looking at the other books on my shelf, and I'm like, they're so much shorter and I could read 3 of them in the time that I could read this. I don't know. It's a dilemma, but I feel like I do enjoy this, so I feel like I'm getting scared away from it by the fact that it's a long book, and I don't want to like not read it just because it's long. Does that make sense? I don't know. Comment down below if you feel this pain, because I'm struggling. Anyways, I'll see you in the morning. Okay, I already take it back. I read just a mere chapter of this, and now I don't want to put it down. So that's all. That's all I wanted to say. Now I'll see you in the morning. Morning! So my roommate's mom and brother are in from out of town this morning, so they took us to breakfast this morning, which was so nice. Thank you, Mama Mary. Oh, she brought me some books! Oh, I have to go show you those in a minute. Hold that thought. I popped on here really quick to mention I finished listening to The Grown Up on audiobook, and I really liked it. It's a short story by Gillian Flynn, author of Gone Girl. It's another thriller, but it's like a short thriller. It was spooky. It had some twists and turns. It ends kind of open-ended, which I really dug. I think I was not as surprised because I've read other Gillian Flynn and I kind of know how she rolls, so I don't think that the twists like got me as much as they might have. But it's a really good short story. I really liked it. Highly recommend. I think Gillian Flynn does a great job of writing problematic main characters, like super, like people who are not necessarily likable and who you don't necessarily trust, but it makes for a really cool narrator. So yeah, I dug it. I'd probably give it 4 stars, and the audiobook was great. So let me go show you those books. She brought me Commonwealth by Ann Patchett, which has been on my reading list for a very long time. I've actually almost bought this book myself many times. I'm really excited to get to this. I've heard mixed reviews. I feel like some people love it and some people hate it. I feel like that happens a lot with like books that get really hyped, because then people that don't normally like this type of book will pick up the book and then it's not their genre and they say they hate it. The other 2 I don't really know anything about. The next one is The Invention of Nature, Alexander von Humboldt's New World by Andrea Wolf. I know nothing about this book. I'll just read you the back cover. Alexander von Humboldt was the most famous scientist of his age, a visionary German naturalist and polymath whose discoveries forever changed the way we understand the natural world. Among his most revolutionary ideas was a radical conception of nature as a complex and interconnected global force that does not exist for the use of humankind alone. In North America, Humboldt's name still graces towns, countries, parks, bays, lakes, mountains, and a river, and yet the man has been all but forgotten. In this illuminating biography, Andrea Wolf brings Humboldt's extraordinary life back into focus. His prediction of human-induced climate change, his daring expeditions to the highest peaks of South America and to the anthrax-infected steppes of Siberia, His relationship with iconic figures, including Simon Bolivar and Thomas Jefferson, and the lasting influence of his writings on Darwin, Wordsworth, Goethe, Moore, Thoreau, and many others. Brilliantly researched and stunningly written, The Invention of Nature reveals the myriad ways in which Humboldt's ideas form the foundation of modern environmentalism and reminds us why they are as prescient and vital as ever. Ooh. Okay. This sounds super interesting. I didn't know it was a biography. There's some pictures in here too, which I love when a biography has pictures. And then the last one is The Tropic of Orange by Karen T. Yamashita. Devon's mom recommends this highly. She says it's very interesting. She's really curious to hear what I think about it. It's magical realism, or it has an element of magical realism, which really piques my interest because I am a magical realism gal. Like almost every book I've read with magical realism in it, I've been super into. Let's see, this one says, irreverently juggling magical realism, film noir, hip-hop, and Chicanismo, Karen Yamashita presents an LA where the homeless gangsters, infant organ entrepreneurs, and Hollywood collide on a stretch of highway struck by disaster. The harbor freeway crisis becomes the apex of events, caused by an orange which has been brought to LA from just north of Mazatlan, dragging with it the Tropic of Cancer. Rafaela, caretaking Gabriella's getaway home in Mexico, discovers a dealer of human body parts and flees north, joining a performer laborer named Archangel. Meanwhile, Gabriel, a news reporter in LA, has been following leads in which seemingly unrelated events mysteriously unite as the homeless take up residence in abandoned Mercedes, lowriders, and CADs, and an aged Asian American sensei conducts symphonies from a freeway overpass. Emmy, TV executive, and Gabriel's girlfriend, along with Buzzworm, his connection to the streets, get caught in the middle of this mounting wildfire just as the cast of characters, diverse as the city itself, assembles for the final event. Tropic of Orange is an apocalypse of race, class, and culture fanned by the media under the harsh LA sun. Essential reading for the 21st century. Wow, that sounds really cool. I'm really excited for all of these. I also bought a book today at Target because it was on sale with Cartwheel, and I've been hearing incredible things about this book, and I really want to read it because if it's really good, I might get it for someone specific for Christmas. I don't want to say because that person might watch this, but it is A Very Large Expanse of Sea by Tahereh Mafi. This is basically about a Muslim American girl who is dealing with being Muslim in post 9/11 America. So this takes place in 2002, and I'm pretty sure she wears a hijab and she has to deal with the backlash of that. I've heard incredible things about this. That's the check-in for now. I'm gonna get to reading. I might just dive into this. I don't know. I think I'm gonna put a poll on Instagram. So I did end up doing an Instagram poll, and you guys wanted me to keep reading Clash of Kings, so I did, and I ended up reading 50 pages. But now I think I'm gonna pick up A Very Large Expanse of Sea and read a little bit of that, get a little bit into it. I love the spine. Look how pretty that spine is. Okay, so I'm just gonna curl up with the cat and read some of this. Update time, I read 78 pages of A Very Large Expanse of Sea, and I really, really like it so far. I think it's really good. It's already like challenging a lot of the stereotypes that like I subconsciously hold in my head of Muslim girls. So I think that that's really cool that it's doing that. It is set in 2002, so it's a little more like the microaggressions are a little more obvious, and like reading them now it's a little more like, excuse me? I'm like very frustrated for her, but I think it's still like super, super important and still eye-opening. This cat is so cute. You poke its little head. You're so cute. You are. I need to go put away my laundry, and then I need to get my homework done for tomorrow, and then I can get back to reading. So I am now on page 156 of A Very Large Expanse of Sea, and I'm enjoying it quite a bit. It's like not as remarkable as I had maybe hoped it might be. It's falling into a lot of like tropes of YA, which I'm okay with. And one trope that it's not falling into that I'm very happy about is it's not falling into the my parents are awful trope. So it's about 11:15, so I'm gonna get ready for bed, climb into bed, and just read until I'm ready to go to sleep, and then I'll give a final check-in probably tomorrow morning and give you a rundown of everything that I read. Morning, time for a final check-in. So this weekend I read a little bit of 3 different books and didn't finish any of those 3. I started with A Clash of Kings by George R.R. Martin, and when I started this weekend, I was on page 120, and now I'm on page 228, so I read 108 pages of this weekend. Fairly decent progress. Then I read a single chapter of Harry Potter. Technically that was 13 pages. And then I read A Very Large Expanse of Sea. I read 198 pages of this book. I tear through YA pretty quickly, and other books just take more time. That means this weekend I read a total of 319 pages, which I mean, I think is pretty good, especially because I didn't spend this weekend like totally just sitting down and reading. And I got a lot of other things done as well. So I hope you enjoyed this little vlog. If you'd like to see more of these in the future, let me know. I do want to try to do them more often, but it's just difficult with my busy schedule. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, comment down below, all of those things, and I will see you soon in the next video. Bye! Mwah.
Now I was headed to the bus stop.